Hey, good evening, everybody. We are about to begin, and I want to just welcome you all here. If you don't know me, my name is Josh Snow, and I'm the principal here. And I feel very, very fortunate that we're able to do this here together in the gym. And that's why we've got the gym set up the way we've got it set up. And I just ask that people really try to keep their masks on and respect others. We've got a lot of elders here tonight. And I want to just have a wonderful celebration. Really, really happy that this was a go, because a month ago, wasn't sure if we were going to meet here. So we are getting a picture of the seniors right now out back, and we're going to start just in a minute or two. Okay, I think we are ready to start, and we always start this ceremony and most of our big events with a blessing. So I'm going to bring Reverend Dr. Anna Frank up, and I'm going to ask people to stand up, please. And if you've got a hat on, if you can take off your hat. Eric, I didn't realize I was going to have to take the mic off. I'll just bring her up here.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Let us pray. Creator, we thank you for giving us a breath of life today. We thank you so much for everything you have provided for us, especially those who are graduating today. We thank you for the school, for the teachers that gave so much to our children. And we ask your blessings to continue. We pray that they will believe in their heart there's that road they have to go down, and they could continue with their accomplishments. And we give you all the thanks, all the glory for being with us so we can help our children carry on the beliefs that they have in their heart and their mind. In Jesus' name, amen.
So now a formal good evening to everybody. And I want to begin by recognizing the grandparents, the elders we have here. And some of those include Henry Beatus, Pete and Janice Captain, Patty Baldwin, Joanne Wheel, Yvonne King, Anna Frank, who was just up here, and Eliza and Dan Winfrey. It's a real honor to have these elders, many of them grandparents, many of them with lots of strong connections to our school. And along with that, we're honored to have sitting over here our Assistant Superintendent Luke Miner from the school district, and my boss, the Director of Alternative Schools and Programs, Lori Beam, as well as Fairbanks School Board members, Jennifer Luke and Kriya Sanderson. And so real happy. Let's just give them all a big round of applause for joining us. So families, relatives, and friends, welcome to the 2021 Effie Kokrine commencement ceremony. We're truly honored to share this evening with you in celebration of these 13 students. It's been a challenging year. I was thinking, and I realized this is the first time we've gathered here in this gym since March of 2020, when we had a school assembly right before spring break. The graduating class that year, the class of 2020, didn't get to celebrate like this. And it was truly hard on all of us, most of all on them and their families. So I feel very fortunate that we can be here together tonight in this way. And the challenges that we have all been facing during this pandemic have made the accomplishments of the class of 2021 something truly to celebrate. This group had to persevere. None of us liked doing school on Zoom, having to stay away from big gatherings, always wearing a mask. Every one of them had times when they were pushed to the limit. Some lost loved ones, others struggled with having a safe place to live, and yet none of them quit. I think it's fair to say that this class knows how to dig deep, how to achieve their goals, and I know this will serve them well as they leave us and start life as an adult. So let's get this commencement underway, and we have joining us Sonny Luke and Elias Saylor and Travis Cole, and let's go. All right, one more big round of applause for those guys. And they just exemplify this family we're a part of. Elias in the middle graduated from Effie Kokrine. Sonny Luke has been a long-time member of our family, worked here for a while, related to all kinds of students. And Travis Cole went to Howard Luke before it became Effie Kokrine. So great to have him here. Thanks, guys. All right, so we're going to get right into the events, and I'm going to call Travis up here, actually, to say a few words.
All right, thanks, Josh. So it says here for speech for 45 minutes? Oh, 4 or 5 minutes. I see. All right, sorry about that. Well, you guys made it. This is awesome. You know, this pandemic has been a very big challenge for me and my family, and I couldn't even imagine what it is like for you guys, because helping my little son and daughter out to try to just get through first and sixth grade, man, that was tough. So I applaud you, young people, for making it through high school. I graduated here in 1994 when it was an alternative, and it's just amazing to be back here this far back. I don't know, that just makes me feel really old, 1994. You guys weren't even born then. It's like, this vest is older than you. In fact, this was given to me on my graduation night here at Howard Luke, It was presented to me by my mother. It was made by my aunts. But I want to give you guys a little advice that when you graduate high school here, you're going to be going off into a whole different world from what all of us have been through. But that's going to make you stronger. And it's going to make you more adaptable to things because there is no longer a normal here on the world. Everything has changed from when I graduated high school to what you're going through. That's just going to make you a stronger person. This generation, like I was telling my son, you guys are going to make a huge difference in the world because you've seen all the things that have been going on in the political world for the last however many years. You've seen what's been going on internationally, how this world has just come undone in ways. But it's also, I see that this young generation is the one that is being more open to things, open to change. And they're not afraid to use their voice to make that change. I've seen things in this world that it was not Generation X that was making the difference or the millennials. It was Generation Z. When you guys put yourselves together, you're able to change the world. But it really only takes you as a person to make a huge change. Because just me as a person who graduated in 1994, I went to college 3 times. And I didn't even graduate any of that. And I went through a lot of hardships. I was even homeless at a time. But I changed my life around. So don't let your mistakes stop you from trying again and again and again. When life knocks you down, just get back up and try again. Because there's no such thing as failure if you keep trying. And I changed my life for the better of my children. And, I went from being homeless to I own a house now. I went from a person who's been in jail a few times to I'm actually on boards now. I'm on the board of FNA. I'm on the board of WIO. I'm making change out there now. It took me a while to get on my feet to do that. But, no matter what you do in life, just keep going at it. Whatever you have that you love to do, make sure you stick with that. Because that's one thing that helped me was my culture. Singing, songs, drumming, listening to them, being a part of them with my friends over there. Mary Ann's out here. She's a lady who taught me a lot of these songs. I learned from many different villages also. But that was one thing that I fell back on. When I was all alone and I was depressed and I was having a hard time in life and there was nobody around me, I could sing songs, I could draw, I could paint, I could write. I could do all these things that I enjoy, which I didn't need other people around me to do. Because there's so many challenges in life and it gets hard. And sometimes you feel like you always need to support and you need friends and you need to follow people to get a movement going. But really, it's just you with yourself for the rest of your life, The friends that you see around here right now, you guys are going to go off in different directions, different careers, starting families, moving places. And every now and then you'll see each other. Some of you might just stay around and be friends most of your lives together. Like me and my best friend Richard went to school here. We worked in the same office. And that's rare, But I still see my Howard Luke fellow graduates and students that working in a store somewhere, working in an office somewhere, talk to each other for a little while. So enjoy this time together. But don't be afraid that when you have to start venturing off out into the world, because you're going to be making your own decisions, getting jobs, paying rent, getting vehicles, really learning what a credit score is. It's really important. I didn't know about that until I had to get a vehicle. But these little things, they start to build up. And that's where you start growing. A lot of people want that change to happen now. A lot of people want to see results now. But it takes time and patience and hard work. You're going to have a lot of fun in life, but don't be afraid to take that other risk of turning down these exciting moments to just doing some kind of work for yourself. Because those are the things that grow roots. When you start growing roots in your life, that's where you have family, you have responsibilities, but those things pay off in the long run. That's where you do wind up, you got the house and the vehicle and you travel and you got a network of new friends and business opportunities and things like that. But if anything knocks you down, when you make mistakes, we all make mistakes. I know I made a lot of them. Don't ever let that hold you back. Whatever makes you unique, that's what you need to focus on enjoying. You're already through high school. You don't have to worry about all that anymore. It's just being in this world, dealing with everything you enjoy doing. As an Athabascan, I grew up here in the village also of Alakakit. So you're going to have the opportunity to move around. Don't ever feel like you're stuck right here, but don't ever be afraid to say that this is your home. I'd like to say thank you very much, Josh, and I hope the best for all of you graduates. It's not going to always be the easiest thing. I'm the first person to be real about it. I always say it's going to suck really bad at first. And then it gets a little easier, when you do things. So, Ana Basi, God bless you. You guys take care, all right?
Thank you, Travis. We are going to move on now. It's a long tradition to show you pictures of these graduates from all different parts of their lives. And so we are going to move on to the senior slideshow.
worthwhile. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieve during its course should be starting point for all further achievements. Our graduation should serve as a launching point, projecting us wherever our future goals takes us, whether we land ourselves a career, a trade, or join the military, or even continue school and college. Before we can begin to reach for the stars, there is one more personal milestone that we all need to reach. Most people who graduate from high school experience only one graduation from high school. We all have one more shortly ahead of us. We've already shown our commitment to our personal growth by making it to this ceremony today as students and now moving on as young adults. I'd like to say before life is a journey. Oh, I already repeat that. We stop growing once we get our diplomas. Life is about growing and being a program gives each of one of us new opportunities to continue growing and learn new skills that will carry with us for the rest of our lives. What is the ending point on this? Hey, I'm just gonna be done like that. Hey, I'd like to introduce Will Adler.
All right, cool. Thanks for everyone for coming out tonight and supporting the class of 2021. First off, I'll start out by thanking my teachers and the staff here at Effie for helping me get here today. My dad for always supporting me and always helping me out. And I'd like to thank my grandpa Pete for always helping me when I need it. And I'd like to thank all my aunties, uncles, and cousins. And lastly, I want to thank my favorite teacher, Miss Jackson, and for all my classmates and future graduates, good luck, and I hope you do good things in life. I'd like to introduce Alexis Dorton.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and thank you to everyone that has helped me get this far. That's about it. Julian Farrell.
Hi, my name is Julian Farrell. I have been going to Effie since 8th grade. I've come a long way throughout all 4 of these long years. I would love to thank all these teachers, Josh Snow, these elders, these people that support us, these people that have kept us running for this long. I never thought I would see this day come. I would like to give an even bigger thanks to our new teacher, Dylan Ketchum, who came in here and kind of just grasped everything, so close to the end. I honestly hope he sticks along for a few more of these years. I want to thank Josh Snow for sticking around this long, and I hope I turn out to do what I've always wanted to do. And Ethan Flood.
I would like to thank my parents for helping me become the best and pushing me to get my work done. And I'd like to thank the teachers at FE for helping me become good at what I do and pushing me to work hard. I would like to also tell the future graduates to continue doing their work, continue going to school, and get a job. What's your that last thing? Stacy Henry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stacy Lyman Henry. I'm from Minto and Beaver, though I was born and raised here in Fairbanks. My mother, Charity Ransom, is from Minto, Alaska. My father, Frank Henry, is from Beaver. I have been enrolled in Effie since seventh grade, and I've been a little scared to come here at first because it was all really new to me. But I'm really glad I came here because it was a really good experience, and I got to meet so many amazing people and teachers. My favorite memory of being here would be a more recent one, and it's one from last year when I went to Costa Rica with Miss Lake and 7 other people. It was through a program called World Strides. Though the trip was a bit costly, it was really entertaining and informative. The teachers and tutors here at Effie are really nice people. They really helped me when I was struggling to finish work and encouraged me to do my work when I needed to. They were also there to help me. My thank you will go to my grandparents, Eliza and Daniel Winfrey, because they took me and my siblings in and raised me to who I am today. Because of my grandparents' push for me to be the best I am here to show them that the efforts they put in. I'd also like to thank my Auntie Anna because she taught me how to be respectful of those around me and how to do work out at camp. The teacher that I would like to thank is Mr. Galloway because he has been an amazing teacher these past 4 years and the help that he would give me when I was having struggles understanding the work. I'd like to give my 3 roses to my grandparents, my Auntie Anna, and Mr. Galloway. Allow me to introduce the next speaker, Tyler Jagels.
Hello, I am Tyler Jagels. What? Oh. Okay. Hello, I am Tyler Jagels. I'd like to thank you all for being here. This year has been probably one of the most challenging years I've ever had, but probably one with the most achievements I've ever had. I'd especially like to thank my teachers because every assignment that you just boosted the grade a little bit has helped so much. You I'd also like to thank my grandma because she helped me so much when I was going through a lot of crisis in my life, and she sacrificed so much for me just to help me be here today. That's it. I'd like to introduce the next speaker, Talia.
Hi, my name is Talia. I'm from Fairbanks. My parents are here. I started going to Effie halfway into 10th grade from West Valley High School because I wanted to. Effie has been my favorite place to call school. My favorite memories were dissecting fish in zoology with my friend Stuart, going bird watching for a day, in ornithology and playing cards in Kenneth's Squidgen class. Spring last year, I decided to give adulting a try. I applied to Fred Meyer's and moved out of my parents' house in like a week with my cat. Um, I started learning things on my own. I learned how to drive. I've had like 5 jobs and 3 apartments since then. And it definitely wasn't easy without support from my family and teachers. I appreciate Miss Lake for keeping class interesting, and no matter what, every day I learned something new. I appreciate Miss Cheryl Mayo for having nice talks and encouraging me to steer in the right direction with my future goals. I also want to thank Miss Mindy for having an open tutor room and being flexible with me to help with any questions I needed work on. Um, and the next year or two, I'd like to study at the UAF. Science interests me, but I have a few ideas. Nothing's locked yet. I'm going to miss Effie a lot. The last 2 years have been the best, and I'm glad I got to finish up my high school career here. Thank you, everyone, for coming to graduation tonight. Introducing Raymond McCarty.
Hello, my name is Raymond Isaac McCarty. My parents are Ryan McCarty and Gina McCarty. My grandparents are Henry Beatus and the late Sophie Beatus, Pat McCarty and Esther McCarty, and Evelyn Aloysius. I've been schooling at Effie Kokrine since 7th grade, and I have to say it's been a great journey to adulthood. Some of my best memories from Effie were running with the cross-country team in 2018 and 2019, and hooping with the basketball team in 2019. One of the cooler memories I have from 8th grade, my classmate William Atla and I were fighting in Miss Mariotto's room. Miss Mariotto's classroom, and she sent us to the office alone. And on the way to the office, we started fighting again on the hallway floor. And to our surprise, my late friend Delbert Vint picked both of us up and held us in the air. William and I looked at each other and looked back at Delbert. He held William in one hand and I in the other. I will miss my teachers, Josh Snow, and I will miss my teachers and Josh Snow, my principal. I'd also like to thank my geometry classmates for helping me get through geometry and my classmates in U.S. history. My plans are to continue my education at UAF this fall for a process tech degree and an instrument tech certificate. That's my speech. And I'd like to introduce Josh Stone.
How you guys doing? Thank you guys for coming. So as some of you may know, my name is Joshua Ray Matthew Stone, and I am from Point Hope, Alaska. My parents are Kimberly and Billy Aiken. My grandparents are Curtis Sears and Nellie Sears. My Aka and Appa are Raymond Sr. and Rosella Stone. I went to Effie 7th in my 12th grade year. I moved schools all my high school career, and yet it has been a journey. I don't know what school is my favorite, but it's been fun. Some of my best memories in high school were the basketball games where my mom and siblings were in the gym cheering me on. She would be the loudest one in the gym. Still is. I would get so excited and nervous when I see them in the stands because I knew they were going to be loud. I have so much support in my family, it's crazy. My brothers are the ones I look up to the most, especially my big brother Isaiah. He taught me everything I know, and he has been a big factor in my life. I can't count how many times we play one-on-one, and sometimes it would get so heated where I'd quit and run inside. I get so mad. He would always beat me, but I know he would do it to better myself. My brothers Teddy and Dennis would take me out hunting when I would go home. I would remember one time we went seal hunting, and my brother Dennis let me shoot. and I thought I spotted seal, so I started to aim and shot, and I actually hit ice. Till this day, my brothers and sisters pick on me for that. But the person that I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart is my mom. I love you, Mom. I couldn't have asked for a better mom. You clothed me, put food on the table, kept me under a roof. I can't count how many of my basketball games you came to, and I thank you for that. You have so much love and support. Mom, you're the real MVP. And there are many people that I'd like to thank: Coach Noah, Mr. Snow, Mr. Ketchum, and many more. And to my younger nephews and nieces and my little sister, I hope this motivates you to don't give up and just know that I'll help you as much as I can. And I will always be there for you all. I love you all so much. For this summer, I plan to work and plan to go to college in the fall. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the class of 2021 graduation ceremony. I will be giving my roses to my mom and my dad, my brother, and my sisters. Thank you, and please welcome the next senior, Angeline Van Hatton.
Hi, my name is Angeline Van Hatton. I grew up in Fairbanks. My mom is Melissa Van Hatton, and I grew up in Fairbanks. My mom is Melissa Van Hatton, and she's from Holy Cross. My father is Mike Van Hatton, he's from Fairbanks. I started here at Effie in the 10th grade. My best memory from high school was when we had the snowshoe tea race and also making a lot of new friends. I want to thank the teachers, Mrs. Lake, Mr. Galloway, and Mr. Carl and Mindy for helping me through the years. I also want to thank my siblings for giving me a ride to school every day. I want to thank my dad for waking me up in the mornings. I want to thank my grands for supporting me throughout everything. My plans for the summer is to get a job. I'm giving my roses to my mom, my dad, and my grams. I'd like to introduce the next graduate, Tiana Wheel.
Duinda, Tiana Whale Saudza, Dahun, Danaga, Hilni, Chilnot Silni, Marianne Will Ina, Yield Mike Will Ita, Helen Peters, Satu, Yes, Hardy Peters, Satiat Wilet, Joanne Will, Satu, Yes, Hardy Peters, Satiat Wilet, Tahidzna, Quil, Sydney, Sultan, Aslan, Gilethot, Tanit Lesto. Hello, my name is Tiana Wheel. My Khoikhon name is Chidilno. My mother is Marianne Wheel, and my father is Mike Wheel. My grandmother is Helen Peters, and my grandfather is the late Hardy Peters. My grandparents on my father's side is my grandmother Joanne, and my grandfather, the late Alfred Wheel. I come from the middle of the Yukon River people, and my family lives in Rampart. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who came here today to watch my class and I graduate. I wanted to say thank you to all of my amazing teachers who always pushed me to do my very best. I'm so happy that I'm able to graduate in the same gym as both my older sisters and all of my cousins who are watching the ceremony from home right now. I also wanted to say thank you to all my close friends who I have so many memories with. I hope to make my family as proud of me as they are today with everything I plan to do with my life. I would like to give my first rose to my amazing parents for bringing me into this world. My second rose I want to give to my best friend Maya, who's always been there for me since childhood. And my third rose I want to give to my three sisters and my amazing cousin Milena Jordan for always being there for me. Thank you. Welcome Emmett Williams to the stage.
Hello, my name is Emmett Williams. I'm from Fairbanks, Alaska. I've been raised here my whole life. My parents are the late Teresa Williams from McGrath. I was raised by my auntie Judy Kim from McGrath and my grandparents Patty Baldwin from McGrath and the late Nick Baldwin from Antioch. I've been at Effie since the first day of seventh grade. I'm really glad I never switched schools. Effie has offered me a place of hospitality and community I don't think exists at any other school. Since my first day, I've always felt welcome here. Everyone knows each other and everyone always tries to make sure no one else is excluded from any activity. I'm not gonna lie, school has been more of a struggle than I thought it would be. There were times I thought I might not graduate, but I always managed to pull through at the last minute. If there are any students listening, don't procrastinate. I know you probably hear this like every day, but it's true. Don't hold off on doing that assignment. It'll just come back to bite you later. I'd like to thank all the teachers at Effie, including some that don't even teach here anymore. Thank you, Mr. Calloway. You've always been here to help me with any of the problems I had in my classes and always being willing to help with any problem I ever had. I'd like to thank Mr. Horine, even though he doesn't even teach here anymore, for always trying to push me to do my work when I didn't want to. I'd like to thank Miss Lake for always being so organized and pushing me to do my best and do what needed to be done, even when it did feel pointless. I'd like to thank Josh for always being so lenient whenever I'd get into trouble and always being there for anybody who needed to get something off their chest. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Mr. Crawl. He was probably my main influence to come to school every day. He was almost like a second father to me. He always tried to motivate me to get whatever I needed done right away so I wouldn't have to worry about it later. He'd always try to get me to drink tea instead of energy drinks. He'd always try to get me to apply myself as hard as I could to go the extra mile instead of just doing the bare minimum to get by, like I was always used to. Carl, you're one of the only males in my life I can call a role model. I mean that sincerely. I hope you know that. For my roses, I'd like to give one to my aunt and one to my grandma. They're the reason I'm walking here today. Without them, I'd be fine with just getting my diploma and calling it a day. I'm glad they convinced me to walk. I can look at this day and be proud of all my accomplishments that led up to this moment. They are the reason I wake up every morning. They are the reason I want to see how far I can go. I want to put a roof over their heads one day, just like they did for me. My last rose goes to James Crawl, the best man I know. For years and years, he put aside his own goals to make sure all the students at Effie could accomplish theirs. I wish you all the best of luck. Good night.
Seniors, please rise. Distinguished members of the Fairbanks North Star Borough Board of Education and Assistant Superintendent Luke Meinert, I would like to present for your approval Effie Kokrine's class of 2021. As principal, I hereby certify that all the students standing before you have met the requirements as mandated by the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District and the state of Alaska. Fairbanks North Star Borough School District Board of Education member Jennifer Luke will accept the class.
Administrators of Effie Kokrine Charter School, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests. As a representative of the Fairbanks North Star Borough Board of Education, I acknowledge and accept the students receiving their diplomas have completed their graduation requirements as set forth by the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District and the state of Alaska. On behalf of the Board of Education and the School District Administration, I congratulate you on all of your accomplishments.
All right, you may be seated. And now we are going to give out the diplomas. Just a quick word for the audience. Since everything is being done uniquely, obviously, we're going to give the diplomas, and they'll make sure to take a moment when they come off the stage, so if people want to come up and get a photograph. After they do the recessional, they are going to go back to their changing room, and we're actually going to keep you here, and then I'm going to release all of you back out, and you're going to meet your graduates outside of Effie, okay? And I apologize we have to do it that way, but I feel fortunate that we can do this together, and we need to take that precaution. So without further ado, I want to call Everett Aloysius up here. William Atla. Okay, you can go. Alexis Dorton. Julian Farrell. Ethan Flood. Stacy Henry. Tyler Jagels. Talia Macchioni. Raymond McCarty. Joshua Stone. Angeline Van Hatten. Tiana Wheel. And Emmett Williams. Graduates, I didn't want you guys to walk out yet. Okay, you got to present yourselves to your parents. I looked in front of me and there's all these empty chairs. This guy could never sit still in school. All right, there they are. So we got them all? We're still getting pictures there. I know, that's why I wanted, I didn't want you guys to leave. We got another step. We're waiting on Josh here. Okay, so seniors, I want you to rise for one last time. And you can move your tassels from the right to the left side. Please turn and face the audience. Families, give them a big round of applause. The class of 2021. Okay, seniors, you can head out. We choreographed that a lot different. That's okay. I'm just going to ask